Hello and welcome to the latest exciting instalment of the development of Robot Invasion on Planet 9. Since my last devlog, I've been doing some overdue work on the UI. That's user interface, in case you've been asleep for your whole life. I had some placeholders in for most things. No placeholders, not plate holders. Yeah, whatever. But it needed refining as some of it looked unfinished while other stuff looked like total pants. The first thing I redid was the rover console. That shows some of your basic stats like world time, your rover level, kill count, colony food supply status, active missions, completed missions with a small descriptive recap so you don't forget the story so far, inventory, mission items, your best race quest times, and a full colonoscopy report. The old console that this replaces had the background showing through, so you could still see the world through it, and you can actually continue playing the game with the console up. I think it's a bit distracting having it work like that, and also I didn't have enough real estate to add good looking navigation buttons in there, so I implemented this full screen version instead. Now it acts like a pause menu as well, so you can switch the console on, disappear to make a cup of tea, without the fear of some random enemy coming over to you and blowing your brains out. Then, when you come back, it'll tell you how long you've been away for. How useful is that?
Shouldn't that be circuitry blown out because you're a robot?
Well, yes, maybe, but that doesn't work so well with my cartoon, does it? Okay, the only reason I made it show the pause time was because the old one had the world time ticking away when the console was up, which made sense as the game was still running. But when I changed it to pausing the game, the clock was now frozen, so my code to update the clock live on the display was useless. I couldn't bring myself to leaving it like that. I mean, it took me nearly 5 minutes to code that. I think the look of the console is vastly improved over the old one, as it's cleaner and more consistent with the console display. But then again, I'm biased. Any feedback you have, please leave it in a comment below and we can argue the toss about it. Now onto the UpgradeOMatic. This is used to upgrade your rover once you've collected enough parts from all the baddies you've destroyed and scavenged from. When you drive into it, it offloads your inventory, of which you have a limited carry capacity, into its unlimited supply. From there you can upgrade various aspects of your rover like gun size, engine power, wheel size, traction and stability, armour and penis size too. The items may seem a little small, but you can't have it too big or I won't be able to fit it in there. That's the excuse I give the wife too. It needs a good variety of objects in there to keep things interesting. I also say that to the wife. I haven't decided on the full list of upgradable items yet, as that needs to be decided in the last stage of thorough playtesting and tuning. I've got this set up with my Xbox controller, so I'll be doing that stage with my laptop connected to the big TV, and I can play it late at night while pretending I'm playing the latest AAA blockbuster.
In your dreams, buddy!
The controller support should work on a mobile device too, though I haven't tested that yet. Add it to the to-do list. I've gone for the retro 1950s look for the title graphic. I don't know why, it was just the first thing that popped into my head. I think it was to match the 1950s sci-fi robotic arm working away fixing your rover in the background. I don't know, maybe I've been influenced by one of my favourite classic sci-fi films, The Forbidden Planet. The game is still playing while the menu's up, so you can pan around and use the nav buttons and drive out of the UpgradeOMatic instead of clicking on the X button, if that's how you roll.
That's how I roll.
I think having the game still running in the background adds something to the experience. Oh god, I've just had a flashback of some user experience workshops at work. You can see the robot arm working away showing live updates to your rover, and also you can see your health slowly restoring while you're docked. Even this class is docked. I've changed the title graphic on the main menu, still not 100% sure on this one. It'll do for now, but it may change again. It's still a shitload better than the old one, but let's leave it at that. The front page only has this big fat start button. Options and stuff will be added to separate pages. Does it remind you of that old game, Sports Resort on the Wii? Nah, nothing like it. The save slot screen allows you to switch between 4 different playthroughs. It's fully functional now. It shows some of your stats like your level, how many hours of your life you've wasted playing this game. How many hours you've enriched your life with this totally new and original experience. Yeah, that's the one. I've also added this trash can button to delete the saved game slot. Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. I had over 3 hours in that save. I was meant to press it in one of the other slots. I'm planning to implement a confirmation pop-up dialog for that, but haven't got around to it yet. Balls. Right, I've implemented the confirmation pop-up dialog now, so that should stop this from happening again. I mean, I can't be that stupid to do the same thing again with this message, surely. So have I done anything else that I can show? Well, not really, but I have been doing some bug fixing. When I find a bug, I usually just add it to the to-do list and continue working on what I was working on before so I don't lose my train of thought. I usually classify bugs into big things and little things. The little things I can probably fix in a few minutes to an hour, while the bigger things, well, you get the idea. Anyway, I was going to do a quick fix to the position of the collision shape of some of the enemy robots when they die, as they're not in the right position due to the death animation moving them slightly when they keel over. Yeah, I need to put some proper sound effects in there. But when I looked at it, I noticed the worst problem. The enemy here is firing at something so far away, I can't even see it. All the NPCs are supposed to deactivate when they fire away for performance reasons. So what's this about? Look at these guys. They're on a fucking mission. Let's have a closer look. Yeah, it's the native wildlife, but they should be out of play at this distance. I hate to break it to you chaps, but you're screwed, as there's a swarm of killer robots coming your way and they're not taking any prisoners. It turned out it was just a silly bug where NPCs could be added twice to the list of currently in-play NPCs, so when they go out of play, only one of the references got deleted. Easy fix. I also fixed the collision problem of dead NPCs. It was a bit more complicated than I thought, as I tried to hook the movement of the collision shape onto the existing death animation by adding a new animation track to that. That looked like it was working fine in the editor, but when I reloaded the project or ran the game, it was like it had fucking amnesia or something. It had completely lost my changes. It looks like you can't really add anything to the animation when they're inherited from a sub-resource, but if you create a new animation player node and use that instead, there's no problems. Result. So that's what I've been up to recently. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more updates. If you've got any feedback for me, good or bad, please leave it in a comment below. Anyway, bye for now.